Hello, welcome to Application Project 1, Finance 315, Summer 2019. For those of you that have taken Finance 311 with me, this is a refresher. For those of you that haven't, we're doing this so that we can all be on the same page, and this sets the stage for the analysis that we are going to do. The first step is to gather numbers, get everything in an order that we can analyze. Once we have all the data, then we can move forward. So let's go through the project. The first thing is it is worth 13% of your grade, 13 points. There are 5 distinct parts of the project, and the points for each section are identified for each part. It's due no later than 11:59 p.m. on Monday, June 30th, 2019. Note that it's no later than. I'm going to hopefully be reviewing and grading them as they're submitted, so you can get timely feedback. If you're not sure about anything, ask a question. The submission format is PowerPoint. Do your work in Excel, okay, and copy and paste into PowerPoint. Use a note section, attach Excel worksheets, make sure I can understand what's going on. If you would like to use audio or visual, you can go ahead and do that. That works too. If you'd like to make a lifetime presentation, just let me know and we can arrange that. The purpose of this assignment, and one of the things a couple of you folks said is that you wanted transparency. So in an effort to give you transparency, I've added a few more things on assignments and such. Well, the purpose of this is for you to be able to describe the firm's products, customers, and competitive advantage by interpreting, keyword interpreting, investor presentation in 10K. I want you to identify, formulate, and explain how the firm makes money. Describe the firm's products, customers, and competitive advantage, again, by interpreting the investor presentation in 10K. Demonstrate the ability to extract data from a 10K into Excel and build defined models. Then be able to summarize 10K data into smaller, more meaningful subsets, calculate some. So that's what we're trying to do here. That's the purpose, is to assess you. Can you do this? What skills are you going to develop? 1, you're going to develop presentation skills. Very important no matter what you do. Build Excel skills. I hear this from employers all the time. We need more Excel skills. If you talk to any of our recent graduates who've been working a year or two, what's the biggest thing they would say? Learn Excel. So this hits on that. And then the ability to read and interpret a 10K investor presentation. It's the starting point for any financial statement analysis, and no matter what form you do it. So these are the 3 skills that you will develop as a result of this assignment. How will the project be graded? It's going to be graded by organization and presentation, 20%. Communication demonstrates understanding. If you can't communicate it effectively, then I may not understand. Accuracy of computations and formulas. Check your work. Clarity and depth of responses. Some things you may be asked for, and that's really go deeper. Asking a question to go one step deeper. And then integration of topics. How do you organize this? How does one area impact another? How do they relate to each other? And I think you're going to see they all do, and your challenge is to sort of put them all together. What are the mechanics? You have your choice of 3 companies to work on. O'Reilly Auto Parts, JetBlue, Allison Transmission. Now, once you pick one, you're going to be using that for the next few weeks, and all 3 of the projects will be based on that. So you really want to get to know your company. If you're going to do a JetBlue, we should probably just have a 2 or 3 minute discussion or an email discussion back and forth, because there's just a few odds things there. But I think it's a good company to analyze. A lot of information is available and interesting to be able to model it. Where do I get information for this project? 1, use the 10K in the investor presentation. Don't go anywhere else. Okay? Use that. That's the bottom. Task 4, part 1. How do they make money? What's the company's name and logo? What are the products and services sold by the company? Who are the company's customers? Think carefully. Not always the end user. What makes the company unique? What is their competitive advantage? Watch for platitudes. We have the best employees ever. Customer service. Yeah, that's important. That's basic. But that's not what gives somebody a competitive advantage. Not having it can hurt you. Having it can't create a competitive advantage. Competitive advantage can be other things. Okay? We might have very nice people on JetBlue flights, but if the flights are always late, the equipment is dirty, or the price is too high, it doesn't matter how nice the people are, because we have those expectations. No more than 3 slides on this, and it's worth 2 points. Now, the points may seem rather stingy, but we got so much to cover that there's just going to be a lot there. We may actually drop the value of an exam to get more on the next assignment. Number 2, what are the revenue drivers? Identify the volume driver and rate driver. The volume driver is some unit of measurement, and the rate driver is dollar per unit. You want to be able to show when you multiply the volume driver and the rate driver to get you close to sales. Sort of a check. That's how you'll know you got it right. And if it doesn't, then you got to go back and check your work. Again, this section should be 2 to 3 slides, no more. It's worth 4 points. The next few slides give you examples of what I expect. This is Destination XL, and this is a store that deals with males of all ages, waist 38 and up, and very tall. And in that, they have a unique customer, as you can see. That customer values convenience, comfort, selection, and fit over price. As you can see, they have many different brands. They have 345 stores, and they are specifically built for bigger people. Okay? From trained staff, wide aisles, large changing rooms, on-site tailoring. So this is what they do. How do they make money? Number of stores times sales per store. At February 28th, 2018, they had 342 stores. The average sales per store, 1.36 million. I multiply 342 times 1,376,000. I compute, and my actual are the same. So the level of comparison is same store sales as I converted. Okay? Number of sales and sales price per store, and I'm comparing what do they do. So that's Destination XL. I move on to Steel Dynamics, which you're getting to know a little bit about. One of the largest, most diversified steel producers. I show their products, give a picture of it so I know where their end market is, what percentages. Then how do they make money? Well, I found this in the supplemental financial information, and sell tons of steel, volume, 2,489,000. Okay, 2,489,000. Sales price, 988, right up here. See, I multiply these two, and I get 2,459,263, 2 billion. The reported is 2,475,000. So I'm pretty close. So we're not looking for 100% precision, but in this case, it works. So that's task 2. Task for part 3. Display financial statements in a meaningful way. Very focused and required here. You extract the data from 10K into Excel. Then you create schedules in Excel, and you build it on formulas you'll see in the attached video, and copy into PowerPoint. I want you to create a 5-year summary income statement starting with oldest to newest. We always start with the oldest and go to the newest, because we're going to be forecasting that out, and going right to left we can use some trend lines, which are very helpful. But you got to look at your 10K and say what information is most meaningful to understand your company. Okay, every company will not be alike, so you have to make some decisions. Once you create a 5-year income statement, then common size it, because that's where we're going to start to look. Show the income graphically in a meaningful way, and that's going to vary based on the data. Create a 5-year summary balance sheet starting with oldest to newest, and create a 5-year common size balance sheet. That's worth 3 points. And to extract into Excel, create schedules, common size income statement, show it graphically, summary balance sheet, oldest to newest, common size, worth 3 points. Next one is cash flow. Compute the working capital, net working capital, compute free cash flow, compute the cash conversion cycle, and create a summary graph or table to display it, whatever is going to work best for you. For cash flow, do these for 3 years. This is worth 2 points. Part 5, liquidity ratios. What I'd like you to do is compute the firm's liquidity ratios for the past 5 years. Display them both mathematically and visually, and that's worth 3 points. So this is sort of the first assignment. Everything is going to build on this, so make sure you do take your time on it. Should think about how you're going to tie these together. Always consider trends. Think about that. When we get into analysis, it's about quantitative and qualitative. So in this time, you're going to collect data, organize data, and communicate data. Then, after we're done with this, the next step will be you analyze and tie it together. There is a couple of examples, the videos. They probably show you more than you need to. What should you expect as you set off on this? Spend time reading the investor presentation in the 10K. I suggest you take 90 to 120 minutes, read the investor presentation, then read the 10K. Understand what the company is. Be wary about hanging on to a very narrow piece of the company. Everything you need for this assignment will be in those documents. Projects should honestly take between 6 and 9 hours. Visualization and formatting is important.